Welcome back to our English Learning Podcast. We are very happy to have you here today.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us and practicing English together with us.
I'm Anna, and I'm here to help you understand English in a simple and natural way.
And I'm Jake. I like asking questions and sharing small stories from daily life.
Today we have a very exciting topic for you.
Yes. Today, we are going to talk about building English speaking confidence in 7 days.
We will use simple conversations about daily routines.
That means things you already do every day.
Exactly. Because learning English should feel like real life.
Not like a difficult classroom lesson.
If you find this lesson helpful, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.
It really helps us create more content for you.
Jake, let me ask you something.
Yes. Go ahead. I am ready.
Do you think people can improve their English in 7 days?
Good question. I think yes, but not perfectly.
I agree with you. Progress is possible, but perfection takes time.
Yes. 7 days is a good start to build confidence.
Exactly. Confidence is the key idea here.
Because many learners understand English, but they are afraid to speak.
Today we will show a simple plan for 7 days,
Each day will focus on a small part of daily life,
and we will talk about it in a natural conversation.
so you can listen and imagine yourself in the situation.
Let's start with day 1. Your morning routine.
Ah, yes. The morning is always an interesting time.
What do you usually do when you wake up?
Honestly, I usually check my phone first.
That is very common for many people.
Yes, I look at messages, emails, and sometimes social media.
Do you think that is a good habit?
I don't think so, but I still do it.
Haha. That sounds very honest. Let's imagine a simple English conversation in the morning.
Okay, I am ready to try.
Good morning. Jake, how did you sleep last night?
Good morning. Anna, I slept quite well. Thank you for asking.
That's nice to hear. Did you wake up early today?
Yes, I woke up at around 7 in the morning.
That sounds like a good start to your day.
What about you? Anna, what time did you wake up today?
I woke up at 6:30 because I like to start early.
Wow, that is quite early for me.
I enjoy quiet mornings before the day becomes busy.
That sounds peaceful and relaxing.
After I wake up, I drink a glass of water.
That is a very healthy habit.
Yes. It helps me feel fresh and awake.
I should try that too.
It is a simple but useful habit.
After that, do you have breakfast immediately?
Not immediately. I usually do some light stretching first.
Oh, like exercise in the morning.
Yes. Just simple movements to wake up my body.
That sounds like a good idea. I usually feel very lazy in the morning.
That is also very normal.
Sometimes I stay in bed for 10 more minutes.
Or maybe 20 minutes.
Haha. Yes. Sometimes even longer than that.
That is why small habits are important.
Yes. Small changes can help us improve slowly.
And speaking English can be part of your morning.
How can we do that?
You can talk to yourself in simple English.
That sounds interesting. Can you give an example?
Sure. You can say, I am waking up now.
Or I am brushing my teeth.
Yes. Exactly. Very simple sentences.
That feels easy and possible. I tried talking to myself in English one morning.
Oh, really? What happened?
I said, I am making coffee. But I forgot to turn on the machine.
Ha ha. So you were just talking without coffee.
Yes. I was speaking English but not drinking anything.
That is a funny but good start.
At least I practiced speaking.
Let's move to day 2. Breakfast and starting your day.
Breakfast is my favorite part of the morning.
What do you usually eat for breakfast?
I usually eat bread and drink coffee.
That sounds simple and quick.
Yes. I do not like cooking in the morning.
Let's create another simple conversation.
Okay. I am ready again.
What are you having for breakfast today?
I am having toast and a cup of coffee.
That sounds nice. Do you eat breakfast every day?
Yes. I try to eat every morning.
That is a very good habit.
What about you? Anna, what do you eat for breakfast?
I usually eat fruit and yogurt.
That sounds very healthy.
I like to start my day with something light.
I think I should eat healthier too.
You can also practice English during breakfast.
How can we do that easily?
You can describe your food in simple English.
For example, this coffee is hot.
Yes. Or this bread tastes good. Now, let's continue with day 3 of our 7-day confidence journey.
Yes. I feel like we are building something step by step.
That is exactly the idea. Small steps every day.
So, what is the focus for day 3?
Day 3 is about your work or study routine.
Ah, this is something we all do almost every day.
Yes. And it is a great topic for daily conversations.
Because people often ask about your work or school.
Exactly. So, you need simple sentences for this topic. Let's start with a simple conversation.
Okay. I'm ready to practice again.
What do you do during the day?
I usually work in the morning and study in the afternoon.
That sounds like a busy schedule.
Yes. But I try to stay organized.
That is very important for productivity.
What about you? Anna, what is your daily routine like?
I usually start my work at 8 in the morning.
That is quite early for me.
Yes. But I like to finish work earlier in the day.
That makes sense. You can relax in the evening.
Do you work from home or go to an office?
I usually work from home, which is very convenient.
Yes. Working from home can save a lot of time.
But sometimes it is a little distracting.
That is true. It is easy to lose focus at home.
One time I tried to work, but I watched videos instead.
Haha. That happens to many people.
I said, just 5 minutes, but it became 1 hour.
That sounds very familiar.
Yes, I think I need better discipline.
Small habits can help you stay focused. You can also practice English during your workday.
Really? How can we do that?
You can describe your tasks in simple English.
For example, I am writing an email.
Yes. Or I am joining a meeting.
That sounds easy and useful.
Let me explain a word quickly.
Yes, I am listening.
Routine means the things you do every day.
Oh, that is a useful word to know.
So, your work routine is your daily work habits.
That makes sense now. I think talking about work in English is very useful.
Yes, because it is a very common topic.
People often ask, "What do you do?"
And you need a simple answer.
Like, I work in an office, or I am a student.
Exactly. Short and clear answers are perfect.
I remember my first meeting in English.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
I was very nervous and spoke very slowly.
What did you say in the meeting?
I said, "I think this is a good idea." And then I stopped.
That is still a good contribution.
Yes. And people listened to me.
That is important for building confidence. Now let's move to day 4. Talking during lunchtime.
Oh, I like lunch conversations,
Yes. Lunch is a relaxed time to talk with others.
and people usually talk about simple topics.
Let's start with a simple lunch conversation.
Okay, let's do it.
What are you having for lunch today?
I am having rice and some vegetables.
That sounds healthy and balanced.
Yes. I try to eat something light during the day.
That is a good habit.
What about you? Anna, what are you eating?
I am having a salad and a sandwich.
That sounds very fresh.
Yes. I like simple meals. Do you usually eat alone or with friends?
I usually eat with friends when I have time.
That makes lunch more enjoyable.
Yes. We talk and relax together. One time I had lunch with a new colleague.
Oh. How was that experience?
At first it was a little awkward,
That is normal when meeting someone new.
but we started talking about food.
That is a great topic for small talk.
Yes. Everyone likes talking about food.
Small talk is very important in daily life.
Yes. It helps you connect with people.
You do not need deep or serious topics.
Just simple questions and answers are enough.
For example, you can ask, "Do you like this food?"
Or what is your favorite dish?
These are easy questions to start a conversation.
And people usually enjoy answering them.
You can also talk about your day.
For example, I am a little busy today.
Or, "I have a lot of work this afternoon."
These sentences are simple but useful. I think lunchtime is a great chance to practice English.
Yes, because the atmosphere is relaxed.
People are not in a hurry.
And the conversation is usually friendly. Now we are at day 5 of our 7-day speaking journey.
Wow! We are already at day 5. Time goes really fast.
Yes, and you are already improving step by step.
I feel more confident just listening to these conversations.
That is great. Confidence grows with practice. Day 5 is about your afternoon activities.
That is when we usually feel a bit tired. Right.
Yes, but it is still a good time to practice English.
What do people usually do in the afternoon?
Many people work, study, or do small tasks. Let's try a simple conversation for the afternoon.
Okay. I am ready to practice again.
What are you doing this afternoon?
I am working on a small project at home.
That sounds interesting. What kind of project is it?
It is a simple design project for my work.
That sounds creative and useful.
What about you? Anna, what are you doing later today?
I am preparing some lessons and answering emails.
That sounds like a busy afternoon.
Yes, but I enjoy my work very much.
That is very important. Enjoying your work.
You can also practice English during your afternoon tasks.
How can we do that in a simple way?
You can describe what you are doing in real time.
For example, I am writing a message now.
Yes. Or I am working on my computer.
That sounds easy and practical. Sometimes I feel sleepy in the afternoon,
That happens to many people.
especially after lunch. I feel very slow.
Yes. That is a common feeling.
One time, I almost fell asleep during work.
Ha ha. That sounds like a difficult moment.
I tried to stay awake, but my eyes were closing.
What did you do then?
I stood up and walked around for a few minutes.
That is a good way to wake yourself up. Let me explain a useful phrase.
Yes, I am listening carefully.
Stay awake means not sleeping and keeping your eyes open.
Oh, that is a very useful phrase.
You can say, "I need to stay awake during work."
That makes perfect sense now. I think practicing English in small moments is very helpful.
Yes. You do not need a special time.
You can practice any time during your day.
That is the best way to improve naturally. Now let's move to day 6. Your evening routine.
Ah, this is my favorite time of the day
Why do you like the evenings so much?
because I can relax and enjoy my free time.
That sounds very nice. Let's try another simple conversation.
Okay, I am ready again.
What do you usually do in the evening?
I usually watch TV or listen to music.
That sounds relaxing.
Yes, it helps me feel calm after a long day.
That is very important for your mental health.
What about you? Anna, what do you do in the evening?
I usually read a book or go for a short walk.
That sounds peaceful.
Yes, I like quiet activities in the evening.
I think I should try reading more.
You can also practice English in the evening.
That sounds like a good idea.
For example, you can watch a simple English video.
Or listen to a podcast like this one.
Yes, exactly. That is a great way to learn.
Sometimes I watch English movies at night.
That is very helpful for listening practice.
But sometimes I do not understand everything.
That is okay. You do not need to understand all words.
Yes. I try to focus on the main idea.
That is the right way to learn.
One time, I watched a movie in English without subtitles.
Oh, wow. That sounds difficult.
Yes. I understood maybe 20%,
That is still a good start.
but I laughed at the wrong moments.
Ha ha. That is very funny.
Everyone laughed. And I laughed too. But I did not know why.
That happens sometimes when learning a language. The evening is also a good time to review your day.
What do you mean by review?
You can think about what you did during the day.
And talk about it in simple English.
Yes, exactly. That is great practice.
For example, today I worked and had lunch with a friend.
Yes, that is a perfect, simple sentence.
Or I watched a movie and learned new words.
That is also a great example.
I think this is a very natural way to practice speaking.
Yes, because you are talking about your real life.
And that makes it easier to remember.
Exactly. Real life English is easier to learn. Now we are at the final day of our 7-day speaking journey.
Wow. We made it to day 7. That feels really great.
Yes. And this is the day to review everything you learned.
I think this is the most important day.
Yes, because review helps you remember better. On day 7, we focus on simple conversations about your whole day.
So we talk about morning, afternoon, and evening together.
Exactly. Like a full daily routine conversation.
That sounds very useful for real life.
Let's start a full simple conversation now.
Okay. I am ready to try.
How was your day today?
My day was quite good and a little busy.
What did you do in the morning?
I woke up early and had a simple breakfast.
That sounds like a good start to your day.
Yes. I also drank coffee and checked my messages.
That is very common for many people.
What did you do this morning? Anna,
I prepared some lessons and answered emails.
that sounds productive.
What about your afternoon?
In the afternoon, I worked on my project.
Did you enjoy your work today?
Yes, I enjoyed it. But I felt a little tired.
That is normal after a long day.
What did you do in the afternoon?
I had a meeting and did some reading.
That sounds like a full schedule.
Yes. But it was a good day overall. And what did you do in the evening?
I watched a movie and relaxed at home.
That sounds very comfortable.
Yes, I like quiet evenings. What about your evening? Anna.
I went for a short walk and then read a book.
That sounds peaceful and relaxing.
Yes. It helps me feel calm before sleeping. This is a simple but complete conversation about your day.
Yes. And it uses very easy sentences.
You can practice this every day.
That will help you become more confident.
Here's a simple idea for practice.
Yes. Please share it with us.
Every night, talk about your day in English.
That sounds like a good daily habit.
You can speak out loud or in your mind.
Even simple sentences are enough.
For example, you can say, "Today I woke up early,"
Or I worked and had lunch with a friend.
or "I watched a movie in the evening."
That sounds very easy and natural.
Let me explain a useful word here.
Yes. I am listening.
Confidence means feeling sure about yourself.
Oh, that is very important in speaking.
Yes. Confidence helps you speak without fear.
Even if your English is not perfect, I remember when I had no confidence.
What was it like for you at that time?
I was afraid to speak and worried about mistakes.
That is a very common feeling,
But I started with small sentences.
and that helped you improve slowly.
Yes. Step by step, I became more confident.
The big idea of this episode is very simple.
Yes. I think I know what it is.
You do not need perfect English to speak.
You only need simple English and practice.
Exactly. Simple sentences can create real conversations.
And practice every day makes a big difference.
Even just 5 or 10 minutes.
That is easy for everyone to do.
Yes. Small effort every day brings big results. Now, let's quickly review the 7 days.
Yes. This will help everyone remember clearly.
Day 1 was about your morning routine.
Day 2 was about breakfast and starting your day.
Day 3 was about work or study.
Day 4 was about lunch and small talk.
Day 5 was about afternoon activities.
Day 6 was about your evening routine.
And day 7 was about reviewing your whole day.
That is a complete plan for daily English practice.
Yes. Simple, clear, and very practical.
You can repeat this plan every week.
And improve more each time. Now we have a question for you.
Yes. We would love to hear your answer.
Which day was your favorite in this lesson?
Maybe you like morning conversations.
Or maybe you enjoy evening routines.
Write your answer in the comments.
You can also write a few simple sentences about your day.
That is great speaking practice.
And we may read your comment in the next episode.
That would be really fun.
Learning English takes time and patience.
Do not rush. Just go step by step.
Practice a little every day.
Even small practice is very helpful.
Do not be afraid of making mistakes.
Mistakes are part of learning.
Keep speaking. Keep practicing. And keep learning.
You are doing great. Even if you feel slow.
Confidence will grow with time.
And one day, speaking English will feel natural.
Thank you for learning with us today.
We really appreciate your time and effort.
Keep practicing every day.
And we will see you in the next episode.
See you next time. Everyone,